In today's video, I'm going to take you on a tour of my $420 a month Airbnb condo that includes maid service. So let's go. What is going on, YouTube? Greetings from Chiang Mai, Thailand. I'm out here on my morning walk. I actually did the condo tour about a week ago when I first moved into the condo. But I figured I'd do this little intro to give you some info that I did not give in that condo tour portion of this video. Some things I forgot. So I'm in the city of Chiang Mai. My condo is actually in the neighborhood of Nimman, Hayman, however you pronounce it. I always pronounce it wrong. But there's two main areas that I normally stay in Chiang Mai. One is the Nimman area, which is where I'm staying in. The second is what's called the Old Town, which is back here. And the Old Town, if you look at a map, you'll see this big square in the middle of Chiang Mai. And that's this little moat here and this kind of ancient city wall. So this is where the ancient city used to be contained in those walls, protected by the moat, you know, pretty old school type stuff. And now the moat's just like a great place to like walk around. You got all these like, it almost looks fake. You got all these like, what do they call those? Lily pads? You got those lily pads with the lilies. They actually have lilies on them, you know? I've never actually seen a frog on them though. But I normally stay in those two areas because they're kind of comfort zones for me. I've been coming to Chiang Mai for years, and I don't know, I always rent condos in those areas. So in Old City is really good to rent in because there's all kinds of like night markets. It's relatively affordable. You can get a decent studio, one bedroom in there for anywhere from $250 a month to, you know, $1,000 a month. But the average is probably somewhere around $300 or $400, and that's for a pretty modern place. Although most of the buildings in the Old City are not modern for obvious reasons because they're old, you know. But they're still pretty cool. A lot of them are remodeled and just a great place to stay. There's all kinds of really good places to eat, local, kind of new age style, tons of vegan places if you're a vegan. But it's a really cool place to stay. There's also, a lot of night markets and bazaars and all that kind of stuff. So if that's what you're into, like night markets and bazaars and all that kind of stuff, that's the place to be. It's pretty awesome. And you can just live in there and all your needs are met in there. Nimman, on the other hand, where I'm staying, is kind of the hipster area. The digital nomads kind of made it a hipster area. Its kind of claim to fame is there's more coffee shops like per square kilometer than like anywhere on the planet. I don't know if that's a true statement, but there are a ton of coffee shops. And we're talking like, you know, the US in the 1990s during the grunge rock boom, where they had all these like little coffee shops before Starbucks took over on every corner, where like guitar players would play and sing some folky music. They're those kind of coffee shops. The hipster, I hate that word because it has a negative connotation, but they're just cool. They're cool places to chill, they're cool places to work, all that kind of stuff. It's a pretty neat little area, and there's a bunch of modern buildings in there. It's probably the most expensive part of Chiang Mai, but you can get into a place there for, if you sign a long-term lease, you can get into a modern building anywhere from $250 a month, you know, all the way up to, you know, $1,000 a month if you get like a 3-bedroom or something. But a studio 1-bedroom like I stay in, you can easily get a really hip, modern, with a balcony for, you know, $300 to $500 a month, easy. And if you want a budget stay, have like a nice clean place, you can get in a place for, you know, under 200 bucks. Now, outside those two neighborhoods here in Chiang Mai, I mean, you can find a place for, you know, $100 a month. It's gonna be very basic, but it's still gonna be nice and clean. You can also find the very modern stuff because they're outside of those two kind of hipster areas, the places everyone wants to be, Old Town and Nimman. You can get an equivalent to what like I'm staying in for about half the price. Now I'm talking long-term lease numbers here. remember, I usually stay in Airbnbs, which is what I'm doing here. So what you're gonna see is my place is pretty modern. It doesn't have the view that I've had in places where I'm by the beach, but that's because I'm not by the beach. My place was $420 a month on Airbnb, and that includes, it's called a service department. It's called the Mir Service Department. That includes 1 maid service a week and 2 towel changings and trash takeout. So it's pretty cool. So all that for $420 a month. I booked it on Airbnb. Oh, I do have to pay electricity, which will be anywhere from, depending on how much I use the AC. It's nice and cool. Like this morning, it's in the 60s. So at night, I don't have to use the AC. Probably gonna be anywhere from $25 to, I don't know, $75, maybe. Probably not that much. So you gotta include that in the price too. Again, that's Airbnb cost. It'd be much cheaper if you just book directly from them and you stayed long term. I will put a link to their email down below. But yeah, so let's go check out the apartment. All right, so here we are. I'm actually on the top floor. You know what? Let me show you this. See this building right here? So this building right over here, you can actually get a month for like $200, maybe $300. This one's a little bit more expensive, but it's newer and more modern. So a little bit more upscale. That one over there is older, but they also have a pool over there. Okay, so this is the living room, and I guess kind of like the little eating kitchen here. I'm not crazy about the furniture setup. It probably could be done smarter to kind of maximize the space. It's actually pretty big, but everything's clean and nice and new and all that kind of stuff. There's a TV here. It actually has like, I don't know, 7 or 8 US speaking channels, mostly news channels. And I brought up the internet speed so I could show you. It goes up and down. It gets faster than this, but that's what it is right now here in the middle of the day. And then over here is the little kitchen. We've got the refrigerator. That's a big refrigerator for Thailand for the most part. Got a microwave here, got some bowls, got everything you need. I mean, this is an Airbnb, so it's normally set up for nightly stays, so it has everything you need if you were here for a night. There's also an AC in this room, and then there's an AC in the bedroom, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so over this way is the bathroom. It's kind of cool, like, reminds me of New York chic modern. It's all concrete, in here, which is good for cleaning. It's probably really easy to clean this thing. So here's something about Thailand you see pretty often. This is the water heater. So this thing kind of like flash heats the water, and it works pretty good. Since it is a nightly Airbnb, it did come with some soap and things like that. And then you got the toilet here. We got the bum gun. Everyone loves when I say bum gun on the video. All right, so let's head into the bedroom here. They just cleaned this. That's why it's all wet. All right, so here's the bedroom. There's a little space. If you rented this long-term, because you can rent long-term here. I mean, I'm here for 63 days. You could add a TV here if you rented it for like a year, I'm sure. And then there's a little balcony here. We'll go out here and see that in a second. Got a big, I don't know, king-size bed. It's pretty big. Got a closet over there, nice and big and spacious. I've already got some stuff shoved in there. Got a mirror / desk area here and a lot of natural light. The important thing in Thailand that you have an AC, but I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not going to use the AC that much here because the high is usually around 80 right now, and at night it gets down in the 50s. All right, so we got this little balcony here. And the cool thing about this one, a lot of Thai places don't have screen doors, so bugs come in at night with the lights on. This one actually has screens, so I can leave this open all night, which is going to be awesome in 50-degree weather. All right, so you got this little place to sit here. And obviously this is not the greatest view I've ever had because I've had some pretty amazing beach views, but we do got some trees here. This is like the main part of Nimman, the heart of Nimman. And then over here you got this mountain, that's Doi Tap. So, not the most amazing view, but also not that bad. It's also midday, so it's really bright. You can't get the full effect of the view, but it's not too bad. It's okay. So this apartment was, so I rented it for 63 nights, and the total cost is, I think, $840, so about $420 a month. And that includes every Saturday they're going to change my towels, and every Wednesday they're going to clean the entire place. So you get maid service every week, basically. So that's pretty cool. It includes that. It also includes the internet. The only thing I have to pay out of pocket is electricity. So once a month they'll give me my electricity bill. Since it gets down in the 50s at night here, I'm not going to run my AC all night like I did in my last place. My last bill, by the way, in my Chiang Mai beachfront condo was $70 for the month. And I ran my AC a lot. I usually ran it all through the night. I quit running it during the day there, but that last month was about $70. So I'm assuming here it's probably going to be like, I don't know, 50, if that. So add another $50. So under $500. I have an apartment with weekly maid service and changing towels, which is great for a minimalist traveler like me that doesn't want to carry a bunch of stuff. So I'm pretty happy with this. The only thing this unit doesn't have that I normally make sure I have is a washer. There are washers in the building. They cost, I think, 10 baht, so like 33 cents. And I have a little clothesline outside. I don't know if you saw that. I have a little clothesline thing outside, so I'll just bring the wet clothes up here to dry them. So that's the only thing I'm a little bit like, I hate dealing with having to leave to do my laundry. But that's okay. You can also get your laundry done here in Thailand super, super cheap if you want. They'll pick it up and bring it back. I mean, for like $3, they'll do all your laundry. So, not a huge issue. But yeah, so that's my place here. I'm going to be here for a couple months. By the time you see this video, I might already have a month here, probably. But yeah, so what do you think? $420 a month? Not a bad deal. One more thing. You can find a place in Chiang Mai, even on Airbnb, for in the $200 range, maybe a little bit less. If you walk to that building next door, you just walk in and say you want to rent, and you do 3 to 6 months, you can probably get a place in that building next door to me for under $200. It's going to be a little bit older. It's going to be very, very basic, but you can have a place with a pool. There's a pool out there for $200, under $200 a month. So, and actually, I think the building next door to that one, which is a little bit older, I think if you sign a year lease, I think you can actually get a place for $120 a month. So it's just very affordable to live here in Chiang Mai. Your lodging is inexpensive, and your meals are very inexpensive. So, anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and if you like content like this, travel content, all that kind of stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button. See you next video.